Dear Starseed from Gaia, when you stop being available to the wrong energies, love begins to rearrange itself around you. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, bringing you this transmission from Lyara, the divine feminine aspect, in this exact moment of your sacred journey. Your aura strengthens, your feminine frequency rises, and suddenly the universe can no longer send you boys, only men aligned with your soul. When you pull back, the masculine pursuing you shifts too. The wrong ones fall away, the confused ones wake up, and the right one feels an undeniable pull toward your field. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to activate your romantic destiny through divine feminine boundaries. But here's the first revelation. Your absence becomes the catalyst for the love you were always meant to receive. You didn't find this video by chance. Your heart called this message in because something in your sacred feminine is ready to remember her power. When you stop being available to confusion, mixed signals, and half-hearted pursuit, you create a vacuum that only divine love can fill. In this message, I'll show you why your emotional boundaries activate your romantic destiny, and how stepping back becomes your greatest act of magnetic attraction. This isn't content. It's a transmission. Something in your soul is ready to reclaim its worth. Your heart knows why you're here. Most people think love means saying yes to everyone who shows interest. That to be truly open to love, one must be indiscriminately available, a welcoming mat for any energetic passerby. But for souls truly walking the sacred union path, for those destined for a love that transcends the ordinary and touches the divine, it's actually the profound opposite. Your current inability to establish and uphold sacred boundaries isn't a testament to your openness. It's a tether that keeps you hopelessly trapped in a whirlwind of energetic chaos, a swirling vortex of misaligned connections and emotional debris that effectively blocks your divine counterpart from even perceiving your signal, let alone finding you. Imagine trying to find a clear radio frequency amidst a cacophony of static and conflicting broadcasts. Your divine partner is trying to tune into your unique soul song, but it's currently muffled by the sheer volume of energetic noise you're allowing into your field. Here's a deeper truth that conventional wisdom often overlooks, a secret whispered only to those ready to truly listen. Every single time you consciously or unconsciously accept less than your soul inherently deserves, every moment you compromise your inner peace for the sake of external validation or fleeting attention, you are quite literally broadcasting a discordant, misaligned frequency into the vast cosmic ocean of the universe. You are, in essence, becoming an unwitting magnet for individuals who possess a finely tuned radar for your lack of boundaries, drawn to your energetic leaks like moths to a flame. People who will inadvertently or intentionally take more than they give. Simultaneously, with every such energetic concession, you are unwittingly repelling the very person your heart has been yearning for across lifetimes. That empathic nature, that boundless desire to help and heal others, that deep-seated fear of being alone, of abandonment. These are not flaws, but beautiful, sacred qualities. Yet, when they are left unprotected, when they are allowed to spill out without conscious containment, they transform into insidious energetic traps, ensnaring you in patterns of depletion and preventing the pure, reciprocal flow of divine love. Your greatest gifts, untethered by boundaries, become your most vulnerable points. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and perfect design, is ceaselessly listening, not to the carefully constructed words you utter, not to the affirmations you speak aloud, but to the undeniable truth of your energetic signature. The sum total of your embodied beliefs, your emotional state, and your vibrational output. When you permit others to systematically drain your vital life force, to treat you as an optional convenience rather than an essential treasure, or to settle for the meager crumbs of attention and affection, you are, at a subconscious and energetic level, communicating a powerful message to the cosmos. This is my worth. This is what I am willing to accept. And the universe, ever the faithful mirror, in its absolute perfection, will unfailingly continue to send you more experiences that perfectly match the low-frequency vibration you are embodying, reinforcing the very patterns you wish to escape. It's a fundamental law of attraction, operating whether you're conscious of it or not. But let us dive even deeper, beneath the surface of these energetic dynamics, to uncover the profounder truth. Your persistent struggle with establishing and maintaining boundaries isn't fundamentally about other people or their actions at all. It is, at its core, about a wound that runs astonishingly soul-deep, an ancient primordial fear, perhaps as old as your soul's journey itself, the terrifying belief that if you dared to speak your authentic truth, if you truly honored your intrinsic needs, if you unequivocally required the respect you inherently deserve, then love, in its entirety, would abandon you. This core wound was likely etched into your being very early in this lifetime, perhaps in the tender years of childhood through family dynamics or formative experiences. It may have been exacerbated in past relationships, leaving indelible imprints. Or for many of us, this fear extends back through the veil of time, echoing from other lifetimes where expressing self-worth indeed led to ostracism or perceived loss. This ancient wound has a deceptive, insidious voice. It whispers insidious lies into your energetic field, suggesting that love is inherently conditional, that you must perpetually earn it through acts of profound self-sacrifice, that your worth is somehow quantitatively measured by how much you can perpetually give without ever truly receiving. It's a distorted lens through which you perceive love itself. Yet, there is immense spiritual purpose in this struggle. Your magnificent soul, with its infinite wisdom and foresight, deliberately chose to incarnate into this specific life experience with this particular boundary lesson. Why? Because mastering it is not merely a self-improvement exercise. It is an utterly essential prerequisite for you to fully embody and experience your sacred union, to align with the divine love you are destined for. You simply cannot expect to experience divine love, a love rooted in mutual respect, reciprocity, and unconditional acceptance, while simultaneously operating from the fear-based, self-abandoning patterns of the past. You cannot hope to genuinely attract your true spiritual counterpart, the one whose soul mirrors your own, while your precious life force energy is fragmented, diluted, and scattered across dozens of superficial connections with people who do not truly see you, honor you, or align with your highest good. Your energy must be consolidated, potent, and centered within your sovereign self to truly call them in. The first key, the energy audit. You must know where your power goes. Before you can effectively erect and maintain sacred boundaries, before you can consciously choose where your precious life force flows, you must first embark on a journey of profound, conscious awareness. You must become utterly conscious of the hidden conduits and visible drains through which your energy is currently being depleted, often without your explicit consent. Let us be clear, this vital process is not about judgment, not of others, and certainly not of yourself. It is, rather, an exercise in honest, compassionate recognition, a stark and loving acknowledgement of energetic exchanges and interactions that consistently leave you feeling utterly depleted, exhausted, and hollow, rather than nourished, uplifted, and genuinely fulfilled. It's an inventory of your energetic expenditures. Begin by cultivating a deep, mindful awareness of your internal landscape, especially after every interaction. Tune into the subtle whispers of your body, the nuanced shifts in your emotional state. Notice the dynamics of your relationships, even the casual ones. Who do you instinctively text first, always taking the initiative, only to be met with delayed replies or minimal effort? For whom do you habitually construct elaborate excuses, rationalizing their inconsistent behavior or their overt disregard for your feelings? Who receives the very best of your vibrant, abundant energy, your unwavering attention, your deep empathy, your listening ear, your creative problem-solving, while consistently giving back only confusion, emotional turbulence, or frustrating inconsistency? Your physical body, your intuitive wisdom, your gut feelings, these are your truest barometers. They know the truth of these exchanges, even when your brilliant, often overthinking mind attempts to justify, rationalize, or minimize the unequal equation. That persistent ache in your chest after a particular conversation? That sudden wave of inexplicable fatigue after spending time with certain individuals? That hollow, empty feeling in your stomach or your solar plexus after seeing specific people? These are not random sensations. These are your profound, wise soul, speaking directly to you, signaling with unmistakable clarity that the energetic exchange has been imbalanced, unequal, and ultimately detrimental to your well-being. It is a divine alarm system. The universe, in its intricate preparation for your sacred union, is meticulously guiding you towards a state of energetic sovereignty. It is inviting you to become the undisputed, conscious ruler of your own energetic kingdom, no longer a passive subject to external demands. This preparation is paramount because your divine counterpart, the person whose soul frequency perfectly aligns with yours, can only truly meet you at the elevated frequency of self-respect, self-worth, and self-possession. They are calibrated to find you when you are standing firm in your own energetic integrity. When you courageously undertake this energy audit, when you shine the light of honest awareness onto where your most precious life force is being dissipated and wasted, you don't merely identify problems. More importantly, you actively create a vast, resonant space, an energetic vacuum within your being, a pristine void that the universe can now effortlessly fill with precisely what your heart has been longing for, what your soul truly desires, and what your highest good demands. This act of conscious withdrawal is, paradoxically, an act of magnetic invitation. The second key, the sacred, know your boundaries are love in action. Let us shatter the pervasive myth that setting boundaries is an act of selfishness, a cold withdrawal from connection. Quite the opposite is true. Setting and upholding your sacred boundaries is, unequivocally, the most profound, most compassionate, and most loving action you can undertake, not only for your own sacred self, but perhaps surprisingly, for all those around you as well. When you summon the courage, the discernment, and the self-reverence to utter a clear, unequivocal no to anything that does not authentically align with your highest path, your deepest truth, or your energetic integrity, you are simultaneously, powerfully, and vibrantly saying and resounding yes to your most elevated trajectory, to your soul's true calling, and to the divine unfolding of your destiny. You are declaring your allegiance to your own spirit. Furthermore, by setting these sacred limits, you are offering those in your orbit an immeasurable gift, the gift of your authentic, full, and vibrant self, rather than a depleted, resentful, and emotionally hollowed-out version of who you truly are, a version born of silent self-sacrifice and unexpressed needs. No one truly benefits from your martyrdom. Your sacred no is not a weapon of rejection. It is an instrument of discernment, a declaration of self-worth that ultimately fosters more authentic connection. It might manifest in various forms, resonating with firm yet loving truth. It might sound like, I genuinely care about you and I value our history, but my energy simply cannot be available for drama that continually circles without ever leading to genuine growth or resolution. Or perhaps, I deeply value our connection and what we share, but I need consistent, clear communication and presence, not just contact when it's convenient or emotionally expedient for you. Or, in its purest, most powerful form, it might be as simple and unshakable as, that doesn't work for me. This concise phrase, spoken with calm conviction, holds the weight of your sovereign truth. Each boundary you bravely establish, each instance of saying no to what diminishes you, is not merely an act of self-preservation. It is a potent alchemical act of self-love that immediately and powerfully elevates your energetic vibration. It sends a clear signal to the universe. I value myself, and I expect others to value me too. As you consistently honor yourself in this way, a remarkable magnetic shift occurs. You begin, quite naturally and effortlessly, to attract individuals who inherently respect your energy, precisely because they perceive and resonate with your profound respect for your own energy. They see your boundaries not as barriers, but as signs of integrity and self-awareness. The individuals who react with anger, frustration, or attempts to guilt-trip you when confronted with your newly erected boundaries were never authentically meant to remain within your sacred circle. They were, in fact, divine teachers, showing you precisely where your energetic vulnerabilities lay, illuminating the exact points in your energetic field where you most profoundly needed protection and stronger energetic containers. Their departure is not a loss, but a clearing. The third key, the energy protection, creating sacred space around your heart. Consider your precious energy field as a sacred temple, an exquisitely designed sanctuary, housing your divine essence, your unique light, and your deepest truth. Within this sacred space, you are not merely a resident, you are the undisputed guardian, the vigilant protector of who and what is granted access. This spiritual practice of protection does not, in any way, equate to building impenetrable walls around your heart, walls forged from fear, distrust, or emotional aloofness. On the contrary, it signifies the conscious and deliberate creation of sophisticated energetic filters, permeable yet discerning. It is the art of being both expansively open-hearted, open to the boundless flow of divine love and authentic connection, while simultaneously being impeccably boundaried, maintaining your energetic integrity in all interactions. To cultivate this sacred protection, begin each day with a deeply intentional energetic ritual. As you awaken, before the demands of the world can press in, take a moment to center yourself and articulate a clear, potent energetic intention. Whisper or affirm, "I am vibrantly open to receiving and co-creating connections that unequivocally honor my soul's truth, uplift my spirit, and genuinely serve my highest good and the highest good of all." Simultaneously, I naturally and effortlessly repel any energies that seek to drain, manipulate, diminish, or otherwise misalign with my sacred frequency. As you utter these words, visualize and feel this protective energy solidifying around your heart space. Imagine it as a shimmering, luminous golden light, radiating outwards from your core. This golden light is not a barrier. It is a conscious filter. It welcomes with warmth and open arms all expressions of genuine, soul-aligned love, connection, and joy. But with equal grace and firmness, it effortlessly deflects, dissolves, or redirects anything that is not truly loving, anything that carries a heavy, dense, or draining vibration. It is a luminous force field of divine discernment. When you encounter someone whose energy feels particularly heavy, demanding, or discordant, you do not need to engage in exhaustive analysis, attempting to dissect their motivations or rationalize their behavior. You simply need to honor the profound wisdom of your own internal feeling, that intuitive signal from your soul. Acknowledge it, validate it, and then consciously create space. This might involve a polite but firm exit from a conversation, a conscious choice to limit future interactions, or even a simple energetic step back within the moment. In this practice, trust becomes your most profound and unyielding boundary. If an individual has not consistently and demonstrably earned your trust through their words, their actions, their integrity, and their consistent, respectful behavior over time, then they simply do not and should not be granted unhindered access to your most sacred and vulnerable energy. Your energy is not a free-for-all. It is a sacred offering, reserved for those who have proven worthy of holding it with care and respect. The fourth key, the magnetic shift, boundaries. Create attraction, not repulsion. Now, prepare for a revelation that may seem counterintuitive, yet holds profound spiritual magic. When you consciously and courageously commit to protecting your precious energy, when you start establishing and honoring your sacred boundaries with unwavering conviction, you undergo an alchemical transformation. You don't become isolated or guarded. You become exquisitely magnetic, drawing towards you your true, authentic soul matches. The universe, which has been patiently waiting for your energetic field to clear, can finally and effortlessly deliver your divine counterpart, the soul perfectly attuned to yours, because your energy signature is now clear, strong, unwavering, and authentically radiant. You are no longer emitting the hazy, desperate frequency of neediness, a subtle vibration that inadvertently attracts those who will take without giving. Instead, you are now radiating the undeniable power of self-love, the luminous clarity of discernment, and the quiet confidence of self-respect. Your energetic beacon is no longer flickering. It is a steady, brilliant light. The individuals who are genuinely meant for you, the souls who vibrate at a frequency of true love and mutual respect, will not only tolerate your boundaries, they will be profoundly attracted to them. They will perceive your boundaries not as walls that keep them out, but as a testament to your self-worth, your integrity, and your capacity for healthy conscious connection. They will instinctively appreciate that you deeply value yourself, because they too embody that same inherent self-value and respect. The right person, the one destined to be your sacred union partner, has no desire for unbridled access to someone who indiscriminately gives their precious energy to everyone who asks. On the contrary, they seek to be cherished, honored, and truly special to someone who is discerning, someone who is selective with the precious gift of their heart, their time, and their life force. Your boundaries communicate your value, making the connection you eventually share even more potent and precious. In essence, your meticulously crafted boundaries function as a sophisticated energetic filter, automatically and gracefully screening for the right consciousness, sifting through potential connections with divine precision. Those who chafe against your boundaries, who attempt to cross them without permission, or who try to manipulate you into feeling guilty or selfish for having them, are not enemies to be fought. Instead, they serve a vital purpose. They reveal themselves, often quite swiftly, as energetically incompatible with your ongoing spiritual growth, your evolving frequency, and the sacred union you are manifesting. Their departure is not a loss, but a loving course correction, a divinely orchestrated clearing that makes space for the arrival of true alignment. Embrace these revelations as gifts of clarity. The fifth key: the solitude sanctuary. Being alone becomes a gift, not a punishment. As you courageously begin the process of withdrawing your precious energy from connections and relationships that are misaligned with your highest good, you will inevitably experience a period of increased solitude. For many, this prospect can feel daunting, even frightening, stirring up ancient fears of loneliness or abandonment. However, it is crucial to reframe this experience. This increased solitude is not a punishment, nor is it merely being alone in a negative sense. Rather, it is an exquisitely potent, divinely appointed period of sacred space creation. It is within this profound quietude that your soul finds the necessary breath and stillness to deeply integrate the new, elevated frequency you are actively embodying. This sacred solitude is the fertile ground where you prepare, at the deepest levels of your being, for the arrival of the pure, divine love that is consciously making its way to you. Utilize this precious, unencumbered time, not as a waiting period, but as an active and profound opportunity to fall head over heels in love with yourself, perhaps for the very first time in this lifetime, or in a way you haven't dared to before. It is a sacred invitation to remember, with clarity and joy, who you truly are when you are not constantly performing, people-pleasing, or contorting yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. Reconnect with the simple, authentic pleasures that truly light up your heart and ignite your spirit. Pursue hobbies, delve into creative expressions, spend time in nature, or simply revel in moments of quiet contemplation. This is the time to lovingly address and heal the ancient patterns, the lingering wounds, and the limiting beliefs that have held you captive. Engage in practices like journaling, meditation, inner child work, or energy healing. Re-establish a deep, unwavering connection with your profound inner wisdom, your intuition, your higher self, that divine compass always guiding you home. This sacred solitude is not an empty void. It is a crucible of transformation, meticulously preparing you to meet your divine person, not from a place of lingering neediness, seeking someone to complete you, but from a place of vibrant, overflowing wholeness, knowing you are already complete within yourself. Understand that the universe, in its perfect timing and infinite benevolence, very often orchestrates the clearing out of misaligned people and energies from your life before it ushers in the right ones. This emptying out, this space creation, is an integral and essential part of the divine plan. Therefore, cultivate a profound trust in this process of emptying, just as you will eventually trust and gratefully receive the process of filling. This removal is not a deprivation. It is a necessary purification, creating the energetic spaciousness required for your highest good to manifest. Trust that every single space being cleared is making way for something infinitely more aligned, more loving, and more deserving of your magnificent soul. The sixth key, the frequency match. You can only meet love at your own level. This is the ultimate, non-negotiable truth of sacred union. Your divine counterpart, the one whose soul is a perfect vibrational match to yours, cannot and will not find you while you are operating at the lower, heavier frequencies of settling for less, perpetual people-pleasing, or chronic energetic depletion. It is simply energetically impossible, like trying to listen to a symphony on a radio tuned to static. They are actively seeking you out, diligently searching for your unique soul signature, at the elevated frequencies of radical self-love, unwavering authenticity, and the impeccably clear energetic container of sacred boundaries. Every single time you courageously choose to honor yourself, every time you speak your truth, every time you reclaim your energy, you are not only healing yourself, you are actively rising, vibrationally, to meet them. You are stepping into the energetic space where your union can finally blossom. This is precisely why boundary work, often perceived as an external discipline, is, in its deepest essence, profoundly powerful love work. It is an act of deep reverence for the divine spark within you. You are not merely setting rules for others. You are preparing the sacred vessel of your being to recognize, receive, and sustain a love that, for the first time, truly honors your intrinsic worth, your boundless light, and your sovereign spirit. You are undergoing an inner alchemy, becoming the kind of person who naturally, effortlessly attracts respect, not because you demand it, but because you consistently and unequivocally demonstrate self-respect in every single interaction, every choice, and every energetic exchange. Your outer world reflects your inner state. The relationships and connections that, with grace and inevitability, fall away as you begin to courageously implement and uphold your sacred boundaries were never designed, in the grand tapestry of your soul's journey, to survive your profound healing process. Their purpose was not longevity, but catalysis. They were, in the divine design, specifically intended to serve as potent catalysts, to illuminate your energetic leaks, to awaken your deepest wounds, and to propel you onto this very path of self-reclamation. Therefore, embrace these departures not with sorrow, but with profound gratitude for their role in your evolution. Trust implicitly in this sacred process of becoming someone who has risen to such a level of self-love and discernment that you can and will only settle for extraordinary love. A love that reflects your divine worth. A love that is expansive, reciprocal, and truly sacred. Your magnificent soul did not incarnate into this lifetime to accept meager scraps of affection, to perpetually prove its worth, or to exhaust itself trying to fix people who, on a soul level, are not yet ready or willing to engage in their own healing. You came here with a divine blueprint to experience love at its absolute highest frequency, a love that mirrors the unconditional, limitless love of the Creator. And experiencing such a love fundamentally requires that you become someone who consciously protects the sacred, hallowed space within your heart, where such a profound and transformative love can finally take root and flourish. Every single boundary you establish, every definitive no you utter, is far more than a simple refusal. It is a profound, deeply resonant love letter, a powerful vibrational message addressed to your highest future self, the radiant whole being you are becoming, and an unequivocal invitation to the divine counterpart your heart remembers from beyond the veil. You are not, despite any lingering fears, becoming harder, colder, or more rigid. On the contrary, you are becoming exquisitely clearer, more discerning, and more aligned with your authentic truth. You are not, in any way, closing your beautiful heart to love. Instead, you are consciously, lovingly, and powerfully creating divine standards, constructing a sacred energetic container that ensures only the purest, most aligned, and most truly loving energy can gain entry and intimately connect with your essence. This conscious, intentional withdrawal from misaligned energies and draining connections is emphatically not a rejection of love itself. It is, in fact, the most vital and profound preparation for a love so pure, so perfectly aligned, so beautifully reciprocal, and so utterly transformative that your current human self can, at this moment, barely begin to imagine its breathtaking depth and boundless potential. But rest assured, your eternal soul knows this love intimately. Your soul remembers it. And your soul is, with unwavering grace and precision, guiding you home. Home to yourself first, to the truth of your own divine magnificence, so that when your divine counterpart finally arrives, you will instantaneously recognize home in another, because you have first found it within yourself. Tonight, as you lay your head down, take a moment to truly feel the burgeoning power within your own energy field. Notice the profound difference, the immense clarity, and the deep, resonant presence you embody when your vital life force is no longer scattered, fragmented, and dissipated across a dozen draining, misaligned connections. This profound presence, this overflowing fullness, this radiant, self-contained love that emanates from your core, this, and only this, is the undeniable energetic beacon that calls in, with magnetic force, your beloved divine counterpart. CTA close start. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This isn't content, it's collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You're not just watching, you're healing. This is your sacred space, and we're just getting started. CTA, close end. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.